What's going on, you guys? So today we have the setup and install of the PlayStation 1 emulator ePSXe. And you know, I know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is out now, but you know, a lot of us are super broke. We can't afford to play Rebirth, right? You can't afford a PS5. You can barely afford the game. You can barely afford a PS 1.5 if it came out, you know? So we're gonna play the old man, the poor man's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is the real Final Fantasy VII, the original Final Fantasy VII from PS1. And this is, if you guys, you know, wanted to play all your old PS1 games, you can do it with this. And a disclaimer is this, okay? If you guys are gonna flame me in the comments for, you know, I'm doing this a stupid way or there's an easier way to do it, I'm sure there's a better and easier way to do these things. I'm coming at you from the perspective, I'm just a guy, I'm not a programmer, I don't do coding, I don't, you know, mess around with computers. I'm just a guy who's trying to get to a goal. I want to play Final Fantasy VII, the original, on my Android phone, okay? So this is how I found to get there, okay? So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 3 apps. You're gonna need the ePSXe app, you're gonna need the Z Archiver app, and you're gonna need the Files by Google app. So we're gonna go in here. You guys already see I have, we're gonna go to Play Store. So let's go Google Files. So there's Files by Google. You guys want to install that. I already have it installed, okay? ePSXe. ePSXe. And then right here, under the sponsored, I'm so pissed. Everything has a sponsored app now. Everything has a sponsored up top. When I type in something into Google Play, there's an ad up top. When I go into my Gmail and I go into my social, there's 2 ads up top. There's 2 sponsored. I absolutely can't stand it. Okay, you're gonna download ePSXe for Android. Install. Now we're gonna wait while it installs. And you guys are going to download the Z Archiver, ARCHIVER app, and it's this green Z Archiver app. You're going to download that. Okay. So you're going to go out here, and you guys see ePSXe. So if you go in here, it's access to storage not detected. You skip that for now. Run your BIOS. So for this thing to run, you need to install PS1 Bios. PS1 Bios not found, okay? So we're gonna come out here. You're gonna go to Google, to your browser, and you're gonna type in PSX Bios. You're gonna go to coolrom.com. And what you want is this file name is this scph1001.bin. You're gonna download now. You guys see right here, it's downloading. The file's downloaded, okay? Let's go into ePSXe and go to Run BIOS. PlayStation 1 BIOS not found, select File. Okay, download. scph1001.bin. Okay, click on that, and it's already set up. It already ran it. Okay, then you can click to run game. You guys see current folder list of games. There's none. And then when you go to plus, it goes you can't use this folder. So hit plus out here. You guys are in your ePSXe app. Run game. Plus can't use this folder. So create a new folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder called ePSXe. Okay. Now you got this folder here. You go use this folder. Allow ePSXe to access files in ePSXe. Allow. Okay. So now you've got this current folder, and this is your downloads that are going in there. Okay. So you guys want to play Final Fantasy VII, the original version. So we're going to go in here. We're going to type in Final Fantasy VII PSX ROM. Final Fantasy VII PSX ROM. And on coolrom.com here, you got Final Fantasy VII Disc 1. You'll come in here, and hit download now. Okay. And you guys are gonna wait a little bit. Well, there's 4 minutes left, so we'll wait. 3 minutes left. We'll wait. You guys got to excuse the paint on my hands. I have now become a general contractor. We're on to the painting stage of the basement. So I'm priming the walls and then I'm going to paint them. So, and after that, I'm going to go get a job in construction because I'm going to know how to do everything. I know what you guys are thinking. I know what all three of you guys that watch my videos are thinking. Corel, you're a multi-millionaire. Your net worth is that close to Bezos and Gates. Why don't you just hire someone out to do all this work, you know, all this basement work? Well, you know, we did. We had someone come over yesterday. We tried to hire someone and pay someone to come put lights in our basement. And he came out to put lights in. And when he left, there was no lights and the sink wasn't working. The kitchen sink, the water wasn't running. So Chelsea and I took off to Home Depot after the fact and we had to come back and I ended up installing a sink too. So we were, or I'm sorry, a faucet. Sink's coming next. So, you know, that's part of the reason I don't really like hiring people out is because they come over and when they leave, a lot of times what they're supposed to do isn't finished and you know, what they weren't supposed to do, something else is broken. So anyway, general contractor, if you guys need any help, if you guys need any tile work or whatever, you know, hit me up and let me know and I'll come do some mosaics for you guys. 3 minutes left. This thing is, come on, man, this T-Mobile is horrible. Hurry it up, let's go. This is disc one. I'm bitching about how long it's taking to download a full disc of a game. You know, it's just times have changed, you know. 2 seconds left. We're down to the final countdown here. 1 second. Okay, come on. 0. Okay, so now it's downloaded, all right? But you still can't play it. So what you need to do is you need to go into your Z archiver here, all right? Z archiver needs permission to read, modify, and delete files to access your phone's files. Allow permission, cool. Allow, okay. And you're gonna have all your folders here, okay? Basically like your file manager. So you're gonna go into download, all right? And you're gonna find Final Fantasy VII right here, disk 1, .7z, all right? Click on that and go to extract. Select a destination folder, extract it here, okay? Extract it in the folder that it's in. So click that, when you go to do that, click the extract at the right, bottom right, and it's gonna start extracting this for you into this same folder. Okay? Come on. You can do it, baby. Okay, overwrite file, replace. So now you have Final Fantasy VII Disk 1.7z, Final Fantasy VII Disk 1.bin, and Final Fantasy VII Disk 1.q. All files here. But when you go into your ePSXe, that used to be all you had to do. You still can't play them. You still can't find the files, okay? So what you need to do now is you need to go into your Files by Google app. I hate the fingerprints on this phone, guys, sorry. I know it's not the most. Okay, you're gonna go into your Files by Google app and you're gonna go to Internal Storage, Download, and you're gonna find the Final Fantasy VII Disk 1 7Z, Final Fantasy VII.bin and .q that you just extracted in Z Archiver. You're gonna select these, press and hold to select, and then select all three of the files. Then you got the three dots up top, top right, move to, internal storage, download, ePSXe, and move here. Okay, so now it's in there. So now when you go in to your ePSXe, you go to run game, and it pops up right there, Final Fantasy VII CD 1 out of 3, all right? Click it, and we're in. Come on. Squaresoft, you guys remember this? All right. You guys, I remember this game. I used to get so geeked. I was sitting there I had a setup where I had a desk in my bedroom, and I had a desk in my bedroom, and I had a big TV with the big back, the TV with the huge back sitting in front of me, and I had to use pliers. I had to use pliers because the power button on the TV was, you would turn it on and off, and the power button was busted, so I had to use pliers. I had pliers sitting next to the TV, and I would get in there, squeeze the little tab, and turn it on and off. That's how I would do the TV. Had an old TV from a garage sale, big brown back on it. So on this ePSXe, right here's the intro. We love this intro, beautiful intro, right? You can go back and you can go more options. And you've got video settings, audio settings, you got all these options, all right? Frame skip, disabled, enabled, right? All of these different options. You guys have to mess around with this app. So if you go here, click back and go toggle frame limit, look, it speeds up the intro. Or it speeds up the game, period. It'll speed up all of it. Here you go. Guys, remember this? Come on, baby. Come on. There's Barrett. Cloud, let's go. Right there. All right. So, there's your on-screen keyboard, L1, L2, R1, R2, triangle, square, circle, X, right? And there's your gamepad, all right? So, let's do this real quick. What I got, I didn't want to play this on my phone because I wanted to have more real estate. So let's get out of here real quick. Let's actually save this game. Let's save it. So save state. Please pick a base folder in Preferences, Storage, ePSXe base folder in order to enable the save states. So you will be able to manage your save states from a file manager, and these will not be deleted after uninstalling. As an alternative, you can enable the save states in Preferences, Storage, save states in Private Storage, but your save states will be deleted on uninstall, and you'll not be able to use save states from other ePSXe platforms. So let's go ahead and go to Preferences, Storage, and ePSXe and try to choose. I've never had to do this before. Preferences, Storage, save states and internal storage. ePSXe base folder, let's use this folder that we made. All right, well, now let's try it. Let's see if it's gonna let us save now. Right now I'm gonna have to keep restarting this because we haven't got it set up yet. So new game. Okay, now let's try to save this. Slot free, slot number 0. Okay, so now we have a save state. So now we just saved our game right there. Let's get out of here for a second. And what I want to do is I want to introduce an ally here. The Gamesir X2, okay? This is going to take your gaming to the next level, all right? So, let's do the setup here. We're going to throw this guy in. Basically plugs in through your USB-C charger. Opens up like this. And there you have it. Okay? So now you're plugged in. Now we got to mess with some of the preferences here. All right? Look at this. So you guys are almost good to go here. But let's double check. Preferences, screen orientation, landscape, landscape portrait. You got reverse landscape, right? Landscape, half landscape, right? So you've got your screen ratios here. Let's run the game. I'm pretty sure it's not just going to pick it up and go. So right here, you guys see it's upside down, right? So let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And let's go preferences, screen preferences, reverse landscape. Now it should run. So now you guys are running it in regular landscape mode, right? Because you have to, it only plugs in one way, so your buttons are going to work one way. But, you know, you guys still have this on the screen for reference. So let's go ahead and set up. Let's see what, if it picked up the controls, okay? Let's load this game. And you guys can see I can't really do anything. Like the buttons are, you know, I hit a button, like I hit X, and it gives me options, right? I can't. So let's head out of here. Quit. Yes, quit game. Go to preferences. Go to input preferences. Configure screen buttons. Configure touchscreen gamepad. And down here you have gamepad options, all right? Configure gamepad. Auto detect gamepad on the fly. Enable. Gamepad joystick filter, enable. So go back here. Screen buttons, okay. So player 1, you've got number of players, 1 to 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So player 1 here, pad type PSX, digital only, all right? Select gamepad. And when you go to select gamepad, right there it says Gamesir X2 Type C. Select this, all right? Then, so now you got your gamepad selected, and you've got joystick, you scroll down, you got joystick / hardware buttons. Player 1 map buttons. So now we've set our player 1 as gamepad, Gamesir Type C. So now player 1, let's map the buttons, all right? Up, and then you're gonna start going through this. So, up, and all you gotta do is click up, D-pad up, right, D-pad right, down, unmapped, D-pad down, left, left. Select this button here, start, let's go this right here. Triangle is the X, circle is the A, X is the B, and square is the Y, all right? Then you've got your R1, R2, L1, L2 on this Gamesir. So L1, L2, R1, R2. And on this game, this is old enough to where you guys aren't going to use your joystick, so you don't need to do it for these PS1 games. Because remember, PS1 had the D-pad. So let's try it. So here we go. So player 1, there's our mapping. Let's get out of here and see if any of that worked. Run game, Final Fantasy. Load state. Let's load the game. And let's try it here with the controller. So as you guys can see, I'm now using the Gamesir controller and moving cloud. And then obviously on this game, if you guys remember, you walk with the D-pad and then you have to hold X to run. There's my menu, triangle. You guys see everything works, right? And then to clean it up a little bit, because you guys see you still have your gamepad here on your screen, you can go back, more options, input settings, touch screen skin, show, hidden. Click out of here. You guys are good to go, okay? Look at this. So you guys see everything's working, right? Start to pause. So look, let's try something here. Go back, more options, video settings. When you go to screen ratio, 4:3, you can go widescreen. (16:9), widescreen 16:9, stretch 4:3. So obviously 4:3 is not giving you a whole lot of wiggle room here. Widescreen's a little bit stretched out in my opinion. 16:9 seems okay. Oh, right there. Man, I used to play hours and hours and hours of these games, you guys. So quick game, so you guys can see this works. So let's see here. Real quick, let's download a different game. Crash Bandicoot PS1 ROM. I used to play all these games for hours. My dad used to get so pissed because all I wanted to do was sit there and play video games. Crash Bandicoot ROM from coolrom.com, the first one, okay? Download now. You guys see it downloading. All I used to want to do was play video games. I used to want to play outside and go play basketball all day and then come home and play video games. My dad used to do this thing where the video game music keeps rolling around. Like if you guys keep playing Final Fantasy, that music as you spend time in the area, he would be humming the song. He'd hear the song that's playing, and then he'd come home from work like 5-6 hours later, and it'd be the same song playing because I'd be doing something in the game, and it'd be the same song playing, and he'd be humming it out of anger. He'd just be walking around the house humming the Final Fantasy VII song, but it's because he was pissed about it because I'd been playing the game all day, and I should have been practicing violin because I was supposed to be practicing violin, but I never wanted to sit there and do that. All I wanted to do was play basketball and play video games, and that's it, and go hang out with my buddies and go steal Snickers from the King Supers. Don't tell anybody that though, but you know, we were younger. It was a younger time back then. 37 seconds left for Crash Bandicoot. I just want to get one more game going so you guys can see, so you guys can play with it. And this can play all of your PS1 games. So, I spent a lot of time with this emulator because it's fun, man. It's fun to go, you can download all these games now in seconds, in minutes, and go play all of these games. Like Final Fantasy VII is a massive game that spanned 3 discs. Now I can download it inside of 3 minutes and be playing it and be good to go. It's incredible to me, and it's also just so easy to do. So, all right. So Crash Bandicoot, you guys see it? 1 second left. Okay. So here we are. And go back into your Z archiver, and there's your Crash Bandicoot. So we're going to extract. Bottom right, extract here. Extracting. Come on, baby. You can do it. Replace. So there's 7Z, bin, and Q. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to go to your files by Google. Internal storage. Download. You're going to find Crash Bandicoot 7Z, bin, and Q. Top right, 3 dots. Move to. Internal storage. Download. ePSXe. Move here. So then, when you go to your ePSXe, run game, Crash Bandicoot pops up. Here we go. And your touch screen is going to show again. So every time you go back in here, you're going to go more options, input settings, touch screen skin, show, hidden. So there it is. This phone gets so dirty, guys. Come on. Insanity Beach. Guys, remember this game? I used to spend so much time on this game. Let me go back here. More options, video settings. And let me stretch that screen out. 16:9 will work. So there you go. Crash Bandicoot. Old games. So that's going to be about it for this one, you guys. ePSXe is an app. It's an emulator that I use all the time to play old games. I'm kind of an old school dude. I don't play a lot of the new games. I like to play these old games. So this is how you set it up, and this is how you do it. You guys stay tuned. We're going to have more videos. Thanks for tuning in.